Welcome to the IMSA Sportscar Series. Welcome to the Ortodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari. A very happy new year to you all. It's our first broadcast of 2017 and we can't wait to bring you the action. 45 minutes, a race around the famous circuit here in Imola. And yeah, Adam Bath here with Andrew Woodhouse and Apex Racing driver in the World Championship, Alex Simpson. And a happy new year to you both. And Andrew, Imola, fantastic way for us to start 2017 with a good race around here.
Yeah, good afternoon, Adam. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy New Year. I love this place. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favourite circuits. And what better way to ring in 2017, Alex, with a race in the IMSA Sportscar Series?
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun covering this series, and we're going to push forward with it through 2017. iRacing confirmed that's the one they want us to keep doing, as well as the Grand Prix series. So, yeah, every weekend you're going to get that. We are obviously going to look at changing the time slot a little bit, I think, moving forward. But we'll perhaps put some posts up on the forum about that later on. But yeah, great series, good fun track to be at as well. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Well, let's take a look at the championship standings then, heading into what I believe is week 4 of the season now, but it's a fantastic start to the season for William Legrand. We don't usually see the drivers doing the whole season, but yeah, he's not here today. And another Williams in second place. We've got William Carcan in second, Duncan Watt in third place there, Francisco Thomas Lasardo in fourth, and Thomas Silbernagel in fifth. But we were just looking at the entry list today, Andrew, and we saw Alexander Voss is represented on the grid today, and a driver that you know well. Well, a name that we know well, I should say.
Yeah, he's a very, very fast driver, and we've seen him a lot in recent months on iRacing in the GTs, and here, of course, in the Daytona prototypes. No, he's a nice lad off the track as well, so wish him well today. And Daniel Benefield, Alex, one of our old drivers as well.
Yeah, we know Dan well, good driver. Be fun to see how he gets on, see him move up that grid. Hopefully he can. But yeah, it looks like a pretty close field looking at qualifying times out there, so should have 3 great races.
Of course, only one race today, Alex.
Well, there's three classes.
3 classes.
Don't give me that grief this time in the new
already.
Year. It's on the first already. Jeez, getting a stick here.
Your 2017 lasts about 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from that. Well, qualifying's just ended, and Jake Robson's on the pole. And yeah, we've got 3 classes. We'll clear that up. We've got the Daytona prototypes. We've got the German GT3s, which consist of the BMW, the Mercedes, and the Audi. And then we've got the rough C-spec category. And you might suspect, Alex, that it might not be that for much longer due to the announcement of Porsche coming into iRacing.
Yeah, major announcement, of course. Yeah, let's just hope that we see some of that in there. I mean, we were talking about when we had the Ferrari announcement, of course, weren't we? They said that it was likely to be the GTE car, which would probably put it in this series. So, yeah, let's see what they do with that. I think they kept that quiet, didn't they? No one even knew there was going to be a surprise announcement or anything. So, yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's a nice. Yeah,
we were just talking off air. Sorry, we were just talking off air. I was thinking maybe that new safety car was a little bit of a hint. So I wonder if that safety car is going to be getting a slight facelift in the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, we've got a 45-minute race coming up. We've got a nice small grid to do the first grid run through of 2017. Jake Robson starts on the pole. Alexander Voss starting in second. Moritz Lerner in third. Syandra in fourth. Jon de Waal in 5th, Daniel Benefield in 6th, Ilham Halabi in 7th. Then into the German GT3s, we've got Zach Thomas starting on the pole position there. Second on the grid in that category, we've got Andre Jek. Then we've got Giovanni Tononi in 3rd place there, with Nilton Carvalho in 4th. Johannes Schafranca in 5th, with Radoslaw Bialek in that position there. Then 14th overall, we've got Alfonso Picella. Then Marcus Blom in 15th. 16th for CM Skinner. Daniel Fernandez Sione in 17th. Roman Ducci 18th. Coldo Gonzalez Gomez in 19th, and then Alexander Abraham in 20th. Then into the rough C-Specs, and we've got a few familiar names here from the last season. We were covering the IMSA Sportscar Series. Angelo Mikel starting on pole there. Leonardo Corti second. Antti Salminen in third. Mark Massigan fourth. David Baraclau in fifth. And then Marcel Fassbender in sixth in that category, with Nice Malmgren in seventh. And that's rounding out the field, Andrew.
Yes, and I tell you what, if we get as much excitement, Alex, as you had at Road America, in that's one of the best races I've seen in a long time, then we're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race. Let's hope for the same again. It kept me busy, kept me on my toes, didn't it, that one?
Let's hope they put enough fuel in. Let's hope they save enough fuel today. Adam, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, that's been an issue. And of course, they're splitting the three classes up, which is something we usually see. And the timing line is just here. And we're getting ready to go. And the green flag is on. And we're away in the IMSA Sportscar Series, run the way for 2017. Green. Spreading out already, 3 wide in the Daytona prototypes, going towards the Tamburello for the first chicane. Alexander Voss in second place. They're trying to get past Jake Robson, side by side there. And now we're going to cut to the German GT3s. And look at this, Andrew. It's all sorts of chaos going into the first chicane.
Yeah, one thing about Imola is in certain places there isn't a lot of room out there. Looks like everybody getting through the Tamburello okay. Will it be the same going towards Villeneuve? And the rough C-Specs on the back of the German GT3s already.
Yeah, they haven't lost much ground there at all, the rough C-Specs, and some of them closing into the German GT3s. We've got BMWs, Audis, and some Mercedes all represented here today in the German GT3s.
Move for the lead, possibly as well. Up the inside goes Voss. Good move, makes it stick, and Robson's run out a little bit wide and has to concede second place as well.
The Piratella there, and now into Acronym Minerali. Oh!
And that's Syandra, who was the one who ran out of fuel dramatically at Road America up that hill. Worst place probably in racing to run out of fuel in the last corner there. But he'll be looking to make amends for that. He drove a very, very strong race, but now he has to chase down Alexander Voss.
Just going through the Variante Alta at the top of the hill. And now we plunge down the hill into the Rivazzas to complete the opening lap of the race. Jake Robson there losing 2 positions to Andrea and Voss, as we were saying. Leading the way in the German GT3s, it is still Andres Scheck. Then it's Zach Thomas, and we've got Giovanni Tononi and Johannes Franca running at the top 4 there. And then in the rough C-Specs, which is just a bit further back down the road, we have got Leonardo Corti leading the way there, with Angelo Mikel in second place as we come around to complete the first lap.
Yeah, nice and clean on lap 1 of 2017. Pretty happy with that. Alex, it was a good 2016 for Core Motorsports, and Alex Voss looks like he wants to start as he means to go on here.
Yeah, exactly. Both the core guys doing pretty well at the moment. Angelo, of course, who won the event at the Sim Racing Expo. There, guys, just trying to remember what it was called, but I can't
Angelo
for the life of me. But yeah, so he's running in the C-Spec second behind Corti. We know how good Corti is as well. So, but yeah, Voss running particularly quick out there, got the lead and just streaking away already.
That was there was a slow Mercedes of Marcus Blum, who the 2 roughs had just blasted past Michael and Corti.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of contact in the Tamburello chicane. In fact, I think he might have lost it on his own if we get a replay. Oh, he was wrestling with the car massively there going into the Tamburello chicane. And Marcus Blum facing the wrong way.
Inside looked Coldo Gonzalez Gomez. He tried to get through on Apicella. And that was into Piratella, a very difficult place to overtake. It didn't make it stick, but the German GT3 category looking very lively. And here comes the BMW now of Duchy. Roman Duchy.
Just looking at the replay up on screen. Sorry, Andrew, to cut you off. Yeah, just hit the curb, didn't he? Big time, and that's what sent him around. So, yep, back live and with you.
And a battle for the lead as well in the German GT3s. Andres Scheck just holding on to the BMW. Now, this is where it's going to be the saving part of the track for the Audi, Andrew, of course, because this is where the Audi can unleash the straight line speed, whilst the BMW is going to be nice through the corners.
Yeah, we're going to get a clash of styles here. Styles make fights, as they say in the martial arts world and the boxing world. And here you've got the monster in the straight line, the Audi R8, and the BMW Z4, which loves the twisty stuff, and you can see it there in evidence through the Tamburello chicane. And Alex, what's the main is that the main difference between these two cars? As he's going to have a look into Villeneuve. And no, he doesn't quite make it. Oh, it's
no.
contact, and the leader is spun round Andrei Seshek.
Oh, and it comes
Adam,
the Mercedes.
we've seen leaders hit each other quite a few times in the last few weeks, and continues already.
Yeah, we saw that. Oh, go on, Alex.
Yeah, just saying, a bit unfortunate really there. Obviously they're battling hard, and just the slight difference in line and the speeds that the BMW can take through. Just the tiniest of touches, but it was enough to upset the Audi, and around he went.
Oh, and Zach Thomas muscling his way there past the Audi, and he might be about to lose another position here because Johannes Schafranca about to lose a position to Nilton Carvalho going into the Variante Alta. Mercedes versus Audi there, and we've seen clashes in all the other races we've covered so far in the IMSA, and carrying on again there.
Some of the drivers really getting the elbows out here, Adam, that's for sure.
Pretty close up front again, guys. All of a sudden, Voss not flying away like he was.
No.
Voss 1:35.7 last time around. Cyan 1:35.6.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting because overtaking's always historically been pretty difficult here, Adam.
Yeah, it has, and I think since we've got rid of the Variante Bassa, the final chicane, that was redone in about 2008. It has allowed for Tamburello to be a key overtaking spot on the circuit now, because you can build up the straight line speed going down the front straight. But back when the F1 Championship was here back in 2006 and previous to that, it was very difficult to overtake around here.
Remember those battles, Alex? With, there's somebody going off.
Jan
that's
Deval.
John Deval. Alex, I was saying that. Oh, and Devalli loses it at Aqua Minerale nearly as well, sliding through that chicane, and in a little bit of trouble here. He's having to defend hard now from into the Variante Alta. He's hit by Benefield.
Oh, that was all of his own making, I think.
It was a bit, flies over the curb, defending too aggressively, ends up being spun out of the race. Alex, I was going to refer back to 2005 and 2006, those great battles between Fernando Alonso and Michael Schumacher, but it really does prove that passing's extremely hard here sometimes.
Yeah, it really is difficult. I mean, even in like the World Championship, just the I think the DRS made it a little bit easier, but not
here comes
massively,
Halabi.
I have to say. Just watching that replay back.
Benefield putting Halabi on the grass down the main straight, Alex. He's not pulling any punches at all. And now he locks up into Tamburello.
We know how quick Halabi is as well, so he wants to move forward. And
have a look into Villeneuve possibly, but not quite.
Well, it's a mandatory pit stop for these guys as well. That'll be something to worry about there. CM Skinner was around earlier on in the lap, a German GT3 driver there.
Here comes Zach Thomas in the German GT3s. Adam is going to go for the lead.
Up the inside, and that Mercedes, who had got the lead as default really after the contact at the Villeneuve chicane a couple of laps ago, has to concede the place. Zach Thomas in the BMW to the lead then. Giovanni Tonone slipping down to second place there, and in the background, battle for third between Johannes Schafranca and Nilton Carvalho.
Yeah, Carvalho just been sat there for a little while, hasn't really been able to do anything, which just confirms our point. It's not easy to overtake. Could be using the draft just to hold on, but Zach, good move from him, using himself to the lead. He's definitely looked like the quickest driver out there. Just unfortunate with the accident earlier on, but up to the front, and just needs to put that behind him now and push on and try and build a lead.
Battle raging in the rough C-Spec, Adam, now. Angelo Michel putting real pressure onto Corti.
Yeah, Leonardo Corti, a regular in the rough C-Spec, and Angelo Michel right with him here, the top two in the category. It's a bit of a way back to Marcel Fassbender in third, however, don't rule him out. He is another regular in this class as well, and the rough C-Spec's providing more action as it has done the last few seasons.
Well, currently, Corti leading the championship, and then it's David Barraclough and Dennis Heinz. Barraclough is in 24th place at the moment, and Dennis Heinz not in this race at the moment. Corti with a lead of about just over 80 points.
spreading out just a little bit then as the season starts to progress further. Leonardo Corti leading the way then. Second is Angelo Mikel. That battle close there. Now we'll get to see what kind of speed we can get in the rough C-Spec down this long front straight here at Imola. Through these fast few kinks. Over the line they go. What does Leonardo Corti do? He does a 1:47.4, 1:46.6 for Angelo Mikel. So a quicker lap this time. Is he going to have a look at the inside into the Tamburello chicane? No way through just yet, and you can see they're on the edge of adhesion, sliding their way through the Tamburello chicane.
Quite a lively car, this rough C-Spec, Alex, isn't it? It's quite direct when you drive it.
It's a lot of fun to drive, actually. I mean, it does bounce around, as you can see. The guys are experienced that, especially with the curbs around here. But yeah, it's actually a lot of fun to drive. I mean, we did that World Cup a few years back in this, and that's one of the best cars I think they've done that World Cup in. So yeah, I don't. If I had a bit more free time, I think I'd drive it. I know a couple of the guys from the team drive it quite regularly as well. Like Antoine does a lot of the C-Spec classes.
Oh, sorry, I just heard
it go, oh no.
It was Moritz Lerner and this is in the Daytona prototypes, by the way. Lerner and Daniel Benefield, they were side by side into the Tamburello chicane, and Benefield nerfing him off just a little bit there. That was Benefield maintaining his fourth position, and Moritz Lerner has to drop down to sixth place in the Daytona prototypes.
Take a quick look at that back
he's also
on
making
replay.
He's also maintaining his record of crashing into pretty much everything that he's come across this afternoon so far, Daniel Benefield.
Whereabouts was that? Just looking at the replay now, or
Just in
onto
the
the main
chicane, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was about to happen.
Oh, Lerner's lost it.
Oh, and he's back on again.
And he's gone off quite dramatically.
Here we go
Never
then. So we're just seeing this replay now as they are side by side. I don't know what you're saying there, guys, to be honest. I think he was on the inside. He had a bit of a right to push him a little bit wide. Or go. Also, he needs a little bit of a right to leave a bit of room, doesn't it? So it's that old argument, you know. But
never said it was his fault. Just said he crashed into him, which is true.
Racing driver excuses. Already been a top five.
It was 50-50 from my opinion. Anyway, it was you know, it was a bit just a racing incident, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it should probably be entitled for a little bit of room there. But also, you know, I think you're allowed to run a little bit deep in that situation. But
here comes Apicella on and Sechek, Adam.
Yeah, this is close. 2 Audis, 3 Audis all battling here into Variante Alta, the chicane at the top of the hill. And Sione has got here on the exit of the chicane. Might fancy his chances into Ravazza here. These two 90-degree left-handers to end the lap. Andrzej Szek just trying to hold on, trying to recover after getting turned around in the Villeneuve chicane a couple laps ago. Szek now in 7th place in class, 4 positions down from where he started. And yeah, he's right in the mix here as he comes to start lap 8 of the race.
Very tough braking area into Ravazza, Alex. It's downhill. It's and as well you've got that slight right-hand kink beforehand. There's having a look into Tamburello here, but nothing doing.
yeah, just didn't quite get enough of a run there, did he? So again, doesn't want to commit to anything too over the top. Of course, he could easily just as quickly lose a place. You know, you go in there a little bit tight, you have to compromise your exit somewhat, and all of a sudden, yeah, the 2 cars waiting to pounce. So he's got to time this move right.
Oh, he could be selling him a dummy there as Szek for a moment, but wasn't able to get alongside and up the inside into Tosa. And now we're joined by the Mercedes of Marcus Blome as well. So 4 cars battling away here for what is, looking at Apicella, that is 6th place in class.
Oh, something going on at the front. We need to switch this over. Yeah, very, very close. A bit of traffic, I think, really just brought them together. Only 1/10 of a second apart for a moment there.
Yeah, Voss getting stuck behind the rough swing through the Tamburello chicane, and that's put Syandra right onto the back of the overall race leader.
Oh, he's got a great run as well. Probably an opportunity. Voss having to be a little bit defensive. Just sort of goes to the middle of the track. And again, there's traffic in the way. Not working out for Voss at the moment. Dives up the inside. Needs to get this traffic cleared.
Fantastic.
Manages to hold on. Yeah, great driving there. But from both actually, because really looked like Andrew was going to line up a move, making sure his exits were good so that he had that opportunity.
And it's so
German
tough, Andrew. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to say the German GT3s are knocking spots off each other, and Czech now actually side by side with Apicella. So it has happened. He was all over him. Looked much quicker. He was the leader of the German GT3s earlier on.
Yeah, and Czech now into 6th place. Apicella really might be starting to become the stopper in the bottle. Because Daniel Sione and Marcus Blom all trying to get by. And that battle for the Daytona prototypes, Andrew, over the top of the hill at Piratella, it's blind. They were still able to go side by side.
It's impressive stuff. And Piratella's not an easy place, like I said, to overtake. And there's not a massive amount of room there. They're quite big cars, these Daytona prototypes. Well driven by both there, as Alexander Voss now coming under a fair bit of pressure.
And the leaders, obviously, in the C-Spec class are having to deal with the prototypes coming through as well. That's put Corti under a little bit of pressure. Angelo has a look.
That's fantastic there. And Angelo Mikel trying to get up the inside into Tosa. Whoa, look at Corti spinning up the rears on the exit of Tosa. And this is it, Andrew.
Yeah, it could well be. Michel, can he get through into Piratella? It's going to be a dive if he does. Brilliant from Corti. He's just soaking up all this pressure, absorbing it. And he's won 22 out of the 27 races he's competed in this season. He knows how to win. He's no stranger to this. But does he ever get such tough competition as this from Alexander Voss? Alex, I tell you what, he's coping very well with it. It's one of the Daytona prototypes up the inside.
Yeah, poor timing for him there, but he'll take it. One of his teammates going to slip by, who didn't really communicate that too well, did they there? So.
Might be a couple of choice words in the TeamSpeak server after that. Adam?
Right. Well, yeah, Moritz Lerner just getting by there as well. So the roughs haven't been split up too much by that. 4/10 of a second across the line between Voss and Sai Andra. And now they're on their way towards Tamburello again. When's the next back? They've got Roman Duchy about to be lapped. German GT3 BMW driver. And now Alexander Voss and Sai Andra are bearing down on him. And this could provide another twist in this intriguing battle for lead. Just under half an hour to go. We've got pit stops to be served by every single one of the drivers in this field, and that is going to add another dimension to this race.
Jake Robson not out of this as well, sat in 3rd place. You still see him just lingering around in the background, sitting there about 2 seconds back. Anything happens, he could, he could pounce.
Was the pole slower as well, Alex?
Yeah, exactly. He had a slightly slower lap that last one, and I think, who's that just going off?
Duchy into the wall.
Oh, big time hit as well. I think, that car is done.
Pulls it off to the side. And Roman Duchy, who obviously must have had some problems because he was in the thick of that GT3 battle earlier on. His problems escalated. Jake Robson has quite a fair bit of damage as well. Do we know where that occurred?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. But yeah, just looking at that replay back, he just lost it as he come back on, rejoined the track from sort of the AstroTurf. But yeah, that car's toast.
This battle between Apicella and Sione was quite close, at least on the last lap, but I think it's been split up quite a lot here.
Yeah, all of a sudden
was
the German GT3's got there's a big gap everywhere, really, isn't there? You know.
Sione did a 149 on the last lap, so I wonder what's happened to him. They were together. I bet I can.
Robson into the pits.
Into the pits. Yeah, you were talking about that.
I can figure out what happened with these guys, though. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Just hang on. You were talking about that damage. I think that's the reason he's pitted, because he's been carrying it for a few laps. Maybe it's just a roll of the dice to get some form of strategy gain by Jake Robson. But yeah, he is the first of the Daytona prototypes to make a pit stop here, and he's away.
I will bring you when I find news of what exactly happened to those guys. I will bring it to you.
11.6 second stop for Robson as well, so pretty decent, pretty quick compared to what we've seen sort of in recent weeks. So he's in range. The leaders are so close right now as well.
And Alex, if you get any time, go back to lap 10 for the German GT3 battle, because it ended up being a 3-car incident between Marcus Blom, Daniel Fernandez and I think Apicella got a little bit of that as well. So
Whereabouts
if you do get
was
the
it? Let me
opportunity,
see.
it was Rivazza.
I can't actually do it via lap, unfortunately. I can just jump it back by time slots, but this looks like it might be it. They're very, very close. Oh. Oh yeah, just come steaming in there, didn't he, from behind, really. And Apicella got away with it somewhat, but
But yeah, that's why that battle went from being 4 cars within a couple of seconds of each other to completely spread apart. I thought they'd pitted. As here comes Daniel Benefield and Moritz Lerner. The worst side by side. Benefield defends well.
Yeah, defensive driving there. Well done by Daniel Benefield again. He's definitely got that sorted out. On a bit of a high level of aggression there by him, shown throughout the race today. And now they're bearing down on CM Skinner, Coldobes, and we've got Alexander Abraham here as well.
But this is quite
have a bit of difficulty here.
I say it's quite a traffic jam. And although this will be it's not really the best time to get any traffic really. And it's also
a treat so far for Benefield, hasn't it?
Yeah, and one of the GT3 cars moving out of the way of the prototypes, but it's always easier if the lapped cars stay on their line, and as well it doesn't compromise CM Skinner's race so much if he stays on his own line, but it'll let them through well. Alex, I know you've not had a load of experience on this track before, but you have raced here in the World Championship. What are your favourite parts of it?
I have to say, I think actually some of the main chicane, like the really slow chicane, like just nailing that. Sorry, I'm not great with the names around this course, but it's such a high curbing area there. So when you nail that and the car just sits and lands perfectly, and you can just welly it coming out of there, yeah, it's just great. You know, it's absolutely sweet, and like that's a good 1/10 of a second or so in the bag to your rival because it's so hit and miss. But yeah, I mean there are a lot of great parts. Of course, the first sector as well is pretty great. You really can attack that as well, and you know, certainly in the McLaren, you come out of that first corner and then it's just flat out all the way up there. So to try and thread the needle through there is pretty awesome as well.
Did we see what happened to Syandra? Because he's now 7 seconds behind. I'm just looking back at it, and
he had a slow lap, didn't he? 1:42.
Yeah, him and Voss were lapping lap traffic going into Rivazza. He went up the inside of the Audi of Alfonso Apicella, and the Daytona prototype spinning around, and yeah, that costing Syandra a good 7 seconds in his pursuit of catching Alexander Voss.
I'm going to have a look, see if we can get that on a replay.
There's one thing we've said, though, so many times in this series already over the last few months is impatience. Impatience when lapping traffic is just as bad, really, as anything else, because it can cost you so badly if you make an error of judgment like that.
And into the pits comes Alexander Voss, so the race leader in with 22 minutes left on the clock. Syandra follows him in as well. In fact, many drivers are coming into the pits. We've got Alfonso Apicella in as well. We've got Moritz Lerner also in, as well as Ilham Malabi. No, he's carrying on his way as well. So quite a few drivers taking the opportunity to get the pit stop done, as we are just over halfway through the race.
Just saw that on replay there as well. So let's see how long this stop is going to be. 11.6 it was for Robson, 11 seconds flat for Voss, so he should maintain his position over Jake Robson, depending on what the traffic was like. Where is Jake? Because he was only 2 seconds behind. There he is, coming down. So I think he's going to have net second place once all the pit stops have panned out. But yeah, he is about 4 seconds back. So
he's driven well since the setback of losing pole position.
And he's leapfrogged Syandra, yeah, as a result of that mistake at the bottom of the hill in Rivazza. So Alexander Voss, the effective race leader. Jake Robson now in second. Syandra a bit of a way back in third. And Moritz Lerner having to work his way through the rough lead battle again, which consists of Leonardo Corsi and Angelo Michel.
And Angelo Michel Obviously not intentionally, but ended up holding up Lerner. Oh, as Lerner now just gets right in Corty's face. And Corty had to think twice about what he was going to do. Locked up into Tosa, but got away with it. But now Angelo Mikel just starting to just turn the screw slightly, Alex, and it really will be a test of Corty's powers to absorb the pressure.
Yeah, I think so. I think it just needs to start piling in. But after they've had their pit stop, I think that's when we'll really see him start to push. So we'll try and do it, I think, in the pits. Maybe stay out one lap longer or come in one lap early or something like that. Get that jump as Benningfield comes in. Halabi continues. So Voss will make this jump up into second place. Robson 3.1 seconds back after the opening laps have set themselves back. So pretty good pit stop for him. He hasn't really lost too much time. Just the sort of the half a second really that he was actually slower in the pit lane. So fire the pit crew, I think, Jake.
Yeah.
Andrzej Rzek has had another problem. It was at the same corner where he got hit off earlier on in the race, and the race going from bad to worse for the Audi driver, losing it on entry, which is something you saw Formula 1 cars do back in the day. And yeah, Andrzej Rzek now being shown in a 4th place in class, 10th overall, still yet to make a pit stop.
Respect lead spicing up again. Oh, just for a minute there, Angelo just looked like he just got a little bit too much of the curb on the inside, and the car stepped away, but catches it well.
That Mercedes, dear me.
And just what you want, yeah, big old GT3 Mercedes
that nearly lost it as well.
Yeah, to get in the way.
In front of him, who is that? That is Radoslav Bialek.
They're actually fighting for position as well, because he's had a pit stop, so they're through.
The lap time difference isn't too big between the German GT3s and the rough C specs here. The best lap time by Zach Thomas, who was the leader, was 1:40.8, as it gets quite close again. And the rough C specs best time 1:45, so only a 5-second difference.
Fernandez almost running into the back of Marcus Bloom.
Mikel back at rearing the rough C into the Variante Alto. It's like a motorbike.
Yeah, we're on board with him there as well. Gosh. He was really fighting that. Right then.
Fernandez very late on the brakes. Michel locks up into Rivazza.
Might be a good time for him to pit in. Oh, they're both going to pit. No.
So in goes Corty.
I think that's wise for Corty, actually, because there's a lot of traffic in and around right now, so he's not going to get held up by that. And of course,
Andrzej is in.
Girl has. Needs to be the lap of his life now to see that if he can hold. Got these GT3s in front of him. Is he going to get any kind of draft here that's going to maybe give him a half a second on this lap if he can absolutely nail it? Or are they already disappearing in the distance?
He'll need to nail this lap if this is his in lap.
Oh, he's managed to get past one German GT3 because Daniel Sione, who was the Audi in front of him, has gone off into the gravel trap at Villeneuve, a gravel trap which Christian Albers knows well, getting rolled over by the UGE Day driver back in 2006.
Yes.
Corty stopped 13.3 seconds, by the way, guys, so that's what Mikel needs to beat here if he decides to jump in at the end of this lap.
Corty's got to nail this out lap then on...
he's sliding the car all over the place.
Brilliant to watch,
Maximum attack out there.
Will there be new tyres here, Alex, for this? Or were the tyres taken?
No, it'll just be fuel, I'm pretty sure of that.
So Corty is just heading through the Villeneuve chicane and into Tosa. Angelo Mikel goes through the Variante Alta, the chicane that Alex was talking about earlier as being a personal favourite of his.
Looked like he struggled there as well, that time through the Alta.
We had a little moment the last lap as well. It just puts your confidence just down just a fraction, so he just backs it up a little bit. It's a good line off of there. Does he come in? No, he stays out for another one as well. Let's see. We won't be able to match the lap times this time, of course, because it'll be Corty's out lap. But
we can match it against his own times.
What was it?
It was a 46.3.
Yeah, That's not too bad.
It was 8/10 quicker than his previous lap, but obviously no traffic this time for Angelo Michel, so see what he can do.
Corty's got no traffic around him as well. He's in the middle of no man's land at the moment, so this is perfect for him. Really, he can just do his thing.
Oh. Sorry.
What was that?
Angelo Michel nearly losing the car on the exit of the Tamburello chicane. He is on it.
Yeah, that rough C-spec. Oh, big moment there, Alex. I don't know if you can see that. If you can find that. That was a huge moment.
If we can get it back.
Very nearly cost him the race.
The lead on the, or what will be the net lead as well for the DPs is starting to close down, 1.5 seconds. So looking interesting. And actually, Halabi's into the pits. Just watching this replay as well. Sorry, guys. Here we're about to see what you were referring to. Oh, geez, yeah, he was lucky there. Like you say, on the edge.
He did well to hold it.
Yeah.
Very well.
I would have definitely put it in the inside wall. Alexander Voss then across the line. 1.4 seconds is the gap real time to him and Jake Robson. Robson last time around 1:35.6. 1:35.5, sorry. 1:37.2 for Alexander Voss. Very, very slow lap there for the Daytona prototype driver. Most likely traffic, yeah, Alex.
Yep.
Yeah, Robson seems to be negotiating the traffic really well. Got a little bit more for him to deal with.
Traffic jam at Tosa, Zach Thomas, Antti Salminen.
He's absolutely hammering the brakes as well there, Mikel. Did he get it stopped in time? You can see the tyre marks that he's left coming in. I mean, I know you need to keep things to the absolute fine margins, but let's see. What's it going to be?
Oh, dear me. Sorry. I thought Corty was off into the wall, but yeah, he was very quick, and now he's heading into the Rivazza chicane.
Much quicker than Corty's stop.
Corty's giving it everything, absolutely everything, hammering the car.
Where is he? Where is he?
Through Rivazza, he's coming down the main straight now.
Going to be quite a bit behind, I think.
Oh, got a car off. It's Gomez, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Michel
miles ahead of Corty.
Yeah, it's 3 seconds different in the pits, so let's hope that he's got his fuel figures right there, because that's quite a difference. Everybody else...
You said that at Road America, though, with Sayandra, didn't you?
Yep, and look at what happened, exactly. So everybody else, 13.3, 12.8, 12.3, 12.3, 13.4. Angelo, the only driver, sub 10 seconds.
That might be a problem.
And yeah, and it's been a familiar thing. If you've watched the IMSA races before, we had Indianapolis a few seasons ago where fuel was a massive problem. Because of the fact that you're racing against the clock and fine margins, it determines whether you have to do an extra lap or not.
Well, that's the thing. You know, you have a fast race or you have a slow race. Might just have to go that 4.91 kilometers extra that you didn't intend to. Or you didn't plan for, and now look at this. It's the teammates again for the teammates again there.
Got a couple of good little battles starting to form up here as well. Yeah, as Robson gets held up, of course, as you would expect.
Oh! Big moment
Tell you what,
again.
these roads look they look very fun to drive here around.
I'll tell you what, there's another battle going on, guys. We need to keep an eye on as well. Second and third place in the GT3s, Giovanni and the 16.
That's Tononi, Tononi and Shafranca.
Yeah, so Mercedes.
Shafranca's just missed the chicane. That's the commentator's curse already, Alex. Yeah. After 2 or 3 seconds, a new record for the fastest commentator's curse of the year so far.
That does he mean to go on? Yeah. Got 12 more months of this.
I don't think he got a slowdown, so he has been lapping consistently quicker, so maybe he can close that back up. We'll keep an eye on that, though.
Yes, he just maybe pushing that a little bit too hard. As well, Alex, it's really easy to underestimate the effect it has when you, you're chasing down a car and you're following them. It's not just dirty air and things like that you have to worry about, but the slipstream means that, you have to readjust your braking points.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you absolutely do. And,
maybe he didn't do that time.
Yeah. Robson as well, just flashing his lights. Wants to make sure that he gets through the traffic.
I'm very interested in Angelo Michel here because maybe he maybe he just took the gamble to get the track position, and maybe he can save the amount of fuel required to stay in front of Corti, because he knows overtaking's been quite difficult.
Well, I mean, he has been really tucked up in that draft as well, all race long, hasn't he? So, you know,
you've got to
3,
wonder.
4 tenths, he might have saved like that lap of fuel, you know, just to be those extra 2 or 3 seconds. So I'm
Maybe
not
that's why he
100%
had
familiar with
a longer first stint, as he again
Yeah.
wrestles with the car.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not sure exactly on like how many laps you get per second kind of thing for the fuel with the C-Spec class. So yeah,
Surely,
we'll just have to
though,
wait and see how that one pans out, I think.
you'd find it unlikely, Adam, wouldn't you, if he's seen something that absolutely nobody else in the field has, in terms
Yeah,
of the amount of fuel needed, or
Sorry guys, can I just quickly butt in and just point you towards
Yes, you can.
11th and 12th overall? This is Marcus Bloom trying to move himself up a position.
on the Radoslav Bialek, who I thought he might have got a slowdown there, but he hasn't. Into the
he's overshot the
Variante
chicane.
Alta, and over the chicane he goes.
That's going to make that
Alex, that's
overtake a
another
lot
one
easier.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be an easy overtake, because he will have a slowdown surely now, Bialek, but we'll see what he can do.
Yeah,
Tries
tries
to
to
defend the
serve it
position.
the best he can without losing any time, but yeah, unfortunately, it's
He
inevitable.
didn't do a bad job there.
No, not at all.
But
Nicely
just lost the place.
recovered, but he's still wrestling with the car on the exit of Ravazza, nearly putting 2 wheels into the grass on the exit there, and yeah, that's allowed Marcus Bloom to pull away just a little bit.
We haven't
yeah, talking
spoken about the track temperature either. It's 25 degrees, so it's fairly cool out there, Adam. So I wonder if that's why we're seeing these drivers' cars being a little bit of a handful, because they're going a little bit faster in the cooler temperatures.
Yeah, 23-degree ambient temperature as well, so the driver's not having to worry about the tyres too much. But yeah, just referring back to what you were talking about before about the fuel, it's something that we've seen count time and time again. So you think the drivers will have learnt it by now, but they just want to get the most speed they can out of the car, and we'll see if any of the drivers pay for that, as we're now inside the final 10 minutes of the race.
Definitely makes things interesting, doesn't it? I mean, the Road America race, I was watching it. I was unable to do the broadcast, unfortunately, but I was watching it, walking home from work, and I was shouting in the street and whatever, like a maniac. when that happened, and it was a fantastic finish. But Alex was the one who noticed. He noticed that it was a 6-second difference, wasn't it, in the pits? I think
It was pretty massive.
and it was, that's how he deduced that the fuel. And I remember you said, I hope I'm not right about this. But you were.
We'll look at some of the biggest movers through the fields. Johannes Schafranca up 3
Sorry guys,
positions.
I might have to cut you off for a move. Giovanni and
That's the man he was talking about.
Yeah, second and third.
He's on the
so they're
move.
back at it.
He said he was on the move through the field. Oh, I'm flashing the lights now at the Mercedes driver. Audi versus Mercedes. One of the iconic battles in German motor racing. Tell you what, we've got... Oh, Zanoni nearly loses it through Villeneuve. Schafranca thinks about a look into Tosa. But again, Adam, that's a very hard place to make a passing move stick, because of the radius of the corner.
Yeah, the way the track goes in that opening sector, it really doesn't help if you try to get an overtake done. Now he can try and get a move done either into Variante Alta at the top of the hill, or possibly on the way back towards the timing line at Ravazza. Just needs to try and stick with the Mercedes here. They're coming up on Marcel Fassbender, who is third in the rough C-Spec category, and one of the biggest movers through the field. 5 positions, Marcel, throughout the race. And they could be catching him at quite an inopportune time.
Right,
as
guys,
they
we
head into the
also
Alta.
need to look for the lead of the C-Spec, because look at what's going on right now. Corti just 2/100ths of a second behind.
That has to be fuel. It has to be.
Yeah, got to be fuel saving.
Has to be
The hunter
fuel
has
saving.
become the hunted.
But can he save his position? And that's the question that we need to ask now for Angelo Michel.
Over the line we go then. They're going to start lap 22 of the race. Angelo Michel now becoming the prey, and it is Leonardo Corsi, the predator here, with the BMW Zach Thomas bearing down on these two as well, which is definitely not what they need. Constant interfering with their
Michel
battle.
loses it! And Corti nearly into the back of him. He may have nudged him slightly, Adam, but that was very, very close for both men there.
Just goes to show how slow
Yes.
that BMW is in a straight line. It can't even get by the C-specs. But Zach doing a great job still out there.
Dots fired there, isn't it? Oh dear. He had a look into Tozer as well, did Corty, but he may have just played this perfectly, Adam, because who knows? I mean, the fuel must be tight. We've only got, what is it, Alex?
6
5
minutes, bang on, yeah.
minutes as he's having a
looking at
look.
the inside.
And this is Fernando Alonso versus Michael Schumacher. This is placing the car exactly where you need to, getting the good exits when you need to, saving the fuel when you require.
There was a
this is what
change for
Angelo
second
Michel
in
needs to do now.
GT3 as well. Sorry guys, but we had to switch away from that while this was going on.
Franca, yeah, he's now through into second place in class.
And that should be...
But Zach Thomas, the class leader, is getting held up hugely this battle for the rough lead. But don't rule out Shafranka by getting a late GT3 win, because he's just sitting back and having to watch this unfold.
Yeah, so here comes Corty again. Just very, very close. And you can tell, I think there's some fuel saving going on in the middle of some of the slower corners, but Mikel, does he have enough? That's the question. Does he drain the tank dry? And can Zach Thomas actually make his way through? The leader in the German GT3 category.
Oh dear. Oh no.
3 wide.
Oh no.
Oh no! And Corty's off!
I don't think he hit anything.
He's back
but
on. He's flashing the lights.
How
He's
dare
not
you?
happy. How dare
dear.
you indeed.
And
Brilliant
Zach
stuff.
Thomas,
Oh!
what was his?
Michelle nearly loses
Mikel.
it. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, Zach Thomas, he did a 46 on that last lap. 6 seconds slower than his personal best because he was stuck behind those two. And Johannes Shafranka did a 142. So 4 seconds the lead gaps come down in the German GT3s, all because of that.
And
but
that's about
it's
what
as
that
you
is
were.
now. It's about what that gap is now, Adam. So as Thomas got very sideways out of Tosa, here comes Corty again. He's looking to... Oh, here we go. Here comes Leonardo Corty. Angelo Michel tries to defend. Goes on the AstroTurf on the outside of Piratella. Oh, they're side by side, they're wheel to wheel. Into Aqua Minerale. Through goes Michel again. Wonderful stuff in the C-Specs, Alex.
nice to run up the hill.
Sideways goes Corty. Here comes the Audi as well.
No, don't go through the middle.
Don't try
That's
it.
the lead battle.
Johannes
Leave him
Shafranka, do
alone.
not do that. That would have been
He listened.
ill-advised. Both rows go wide onto the AstroTurf. Here comes Shafranka
Oh, no.
again.
Oh.
Oh, it's going to be 3 wide. There's not enough room. Oh, the just about is. And Corty again has to just yield.
Oh, no.
And down
The
the
inside.
inside goes the Mercedes. What is going on?
Oh,
no.
I have to say, I'm sorry, but that
And
Merc got...
disqualified. Michel's
Oh,
disqualified.
no.
Oh dear.
Oh, well, that sucks, but the Merc got what he deserved there, throwing it up the inside when that was
bloody
going on.
stupid.
Yeah, Giovanni Tonone.
Oh dear, dear, dear.
Angelo had been pushing the car to the limits. We'd seen him off track quite a lot of times, catching that as well, so I'm not surprised he was on the limit.
What was he doing?
He didn't need to get involved. I think he saw the other, the opportunity to get back into second in class again and just threw it up the inside and reckless,
Just ruined the brilliant race that we were really enjoying. Well, Numpty of the Year so far award goes to Giovanni Tononi.
It's still a New Year's Day, Tonone. You can New Year's resolution out before the end of the day.
You're
but
writing
yeah.
lines on the blackboard. I must not crash into anyone.
Alexander
Oh,
Voss
dear,
then.
dear, dear.
Just 2 minutes to go. We're going to be starting the final lap. This is the penultimate lap of the race. Voss leading Robson by 1.5 seconds. Syandra third, Benefield fourth, Lerner in fifth. Then in the German GT3s, it's Zach Thomas leading the way there. Johannes Shafranka in second place. Nilton Carvalho now in third. Tonone fourth. Marcus Blom in fifth. Then in the rough C-Specs, it's Leonardo Corty leading the way now. New second place man Marcel Fazer, Dave Baraclough in third, Antti Salmon in fourth, and Mark Massig in fifth.
I tell you what, Fassbender and Baraclough, Merry Christmas to you. I know it's a week later, but Oh, what's that? What's going on there? Nearly Fassbender. Nearly ended up wiping out Nilton Carvalho.
Back to
It's all
the
happening
lead.
at Ravazza. Yeah,
8
7 tenths of a second.
Yeah, well,
Oh, dear, dear,
Oh,
dear.
look at this. This is why.
Oh,
And
Robson.
Robson nearly loses it.
Tell you what, this series it really does bring some exciting action. Some of the best action we've ever seen on Apex Racing TV over the last few weeks in this series. And down the inside into Rivazza again, Mark Massig being usurped by Radoslav Bialek in the Mercedes. Salminen,
Not over just yet, is it?
Missig is battling with Salminen as well.
Over the line onto the final lap. Robson and Voss separated less than a second. But something could still happen there between those two.
And Syandra is not out of this as well. Only 2.3 seconds behind. Manu heartbreakingly lost the win at Road America. Pushing so hard to try and get back to these guys.
You're right, he is in the background. You can just see him there as well, all over the,
He's
the
quick.
exit grass.
He was 1 second quicker than these two guys last time round.
Gap down
Absolutely
to 8
flying.
attempts.
I was going to make a joke as has he put enough fuel in it, he's going that fast, but best not.
It's going to be the last lap. They're not going to get through here though, are they? So we're just waiting for the white flag to come out.
Oh, they've got more traffic. This is definitely going to be a part in the deciding of the race here. We've got Baraklov in the rough C-Specs. We've dispatched him as Alexander Voss, and he has got passed by Jake Robson as well. Now we're on to the German GT3s. We've got Andreas Zek and Marcus Blom.
There's a crash going on further back. I'm not sure what that was, but we'll stay with this.
David Baraklov. I'll see what happened there. Oh, he just lost it on the way into Aqua Minerale. Oh,
Voss safe. Look at that. He got through.
He almost wiped out Syandra as well, did Baraklov. So Syandra's still going on his way. Light splashing aboard that Chevrolet Corvette.
Voss doing well. He's working the traffic to perfection here.
White
and it's going to
flag
be
is out, so I'm expecting the checker, but let's confirm. Hasn't switched yet. I'm expecting it to.
There it comes. At the end of the race, it will be the final.
Yep, there's the checker.
And Alexander Voss wins the IMSA here at Imola.
Oh, that must have been very tight on time.
Yeah, 45 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah.
We were just over the line in time.
Where is everybody else? Corty coming down. He's got a little. Has he finished? He might have finished actually. Where's Zach? Zach, here he comes as
I
well.
don't know if Corty has finished or not.
Corty's on his final lap.
So he just snuck through then before getting lapped again. So, but yeah, Zach Thomas back to a 7.4 second lead. So he had a little something to worry about in the closing laps, but still.
The battle for third is on. It's Cavallo versus Tonone. Two Mercs going out into Aqua Minerale for the final spot on the podium.
Hold on to this one.
Oh, he nearly didn't hold on to anything. And here comes Tononi. Man who ruined the race earlier on. Between the C-Specs. Beautiful defence by Carvalho. He really nailed that very anti-auto that time.
Here comes Zach though. Take the win.
BMWs. The winner BMW wins, and Zach Thomas comes across the line and wins at Imola for the German GT3s.
And here comes Johannes Schafranka over the line to finish second for Audi.
Good drive from him.
It's going to be a Mercedes in third, and it will be Nilton Carvalho, Adam.
Yeah, it comes across the line just ahead of Giovanni Tonone. Tell you what, that damage on the front of that Mercedes genuinely looks like it's got an air vent on it. Tonone coming across the line, fourth place, just behind Carvalho.
Congrats to him, great race. I mean, I think he would have had that anyway. I don't think there was any chance that Angela was going to hold on to that one. Corty definitely looked like the one who had the pace out there. No issues with fuel whatsoever, but yeah, just gutted that race was cut short. And doing a bit of drifting for us as well. Doing it in style, looks good.
Excellent performance by Alexander Voss as well to win in the Daytona prototypes. Corty, though, you really can't take anything away from that victory because he was excellent out there all race long.
Yeah, did brilliantly. And we're talking about Corty again, aren't we?
Yeah, Corty.
Yeah. Sorry, completely lost it then. But yeah, Corty. Yeah, and Angelo Mikel was on the back foot, I think, and it did provide a whole lot of fantastic racing between those two the entire race. And when the faster cars came along in the German GT3s, it was almost, you couldn't almost look to watch, especially when Corty nearly ended up in the wall when we were 3 wide down the front straight. So he was able to hold on and get the win. And we're running through the finishing order. Alexander Voss takes the win then, 7 tenths of a second ahead of Jake Robson in the end. Robson will be slightly disappointed by that considering he started on the pole. Syandra managed to get across the line this time without running out of fuel. Daniel Benefield finishing in 4th with Moritz Lerner in 5th and Ilham Halabi in 6th. Zach Thomas takes the win then in the German GT3s. Johannes Schafranca finishing quite a way back in 2nd in the end. Nilton Carvalho just finishing ahead of Giovanni Tonone in 3rd and 4th. Marcus Blom in 5th, 6th for Andre Jek. He was towards the front at one point, but a bit of contact plus a mistake later on at the Vilna chicane put pay to his top 5 finish. Vladislav Bialek finishing in 7th with Daniel Fernandesione in 8th in class. Then it's Alexander Abraham in 9th. CM Skinner getting the car home in 10th with Alfonso Apicella in 11th. Then in the rough sea specs, we've got Leonardo Corsi taking the win. Marcel Fassbender finishing in 2nd. David Barakloff in 3rd. Antti Salminen in 4th place there. Mark Masick 5th. Nietzsche Malmgren in 6th with Angelo Mikel finishing in 7th place in the end, 6 laps down. And then Coldo Gomez finishing 7 laps down, German GT3 driver there. Roman Duchy, we saw him heavily into the wall. He was out of the race, 19 laps down early on. And Jean de Valle also involved in contacts earlier on in the race.
Yeah, I mean, and what a great race that was. And it's just a symptom of this series, Alex, isn't it? All the different classes, you know, and especially the style of this Imola track being quite, being very flowing, not with really many long straights, meant that it always had the potential for a little bit of argy-bargy out there.
You know, what I really don't get is that I know there's a lot of drivers in the on the forums and things like that, you know, that they're desperate to try and get more people into this series because, you know, obviously we know the GT3 takes a lot of the participation on this, but this is such a great series. Have we not ever had, like, something, you know, a fantastic race in anyone that we've covered? You know, they've all been absolutely great. There's been something going on in one of the classes.
We had that crazy race at Le Mans that Adam did.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I just the guys just need to keep doing what they're doing in this series, and great racing like this, you know, we'll keep broadcasting things like that and just keep promoting these and sharing it and things like that on the social media and see if we can't get more bums in seats for this series, because this is just getting better and better and better, and there's 3 great classes, and yeah, I just you know, I just want to see it pick up, really. So I'm not saying that these are bad right now, but you know, I know that there's a big community there that want it to get better, kind of thing. You know, make IMSA great again and all that sort of stuff. And you know, when you see stuff like that, you know, you can see why.
Yeah, and Leonardo Corti summed it up in a way, saying, "Too bad Angelo got GT3'd," which sort of did, didn't he? Really, unfortunately,
yeah.
But again, it doesn't matter what car you're in. For me, if there's a lead battle in front of you, going too wide, you don't try and squeeze a car through a gap that just does not exist, Adam. That's pretty dodgy racing, that.
Yeah, and it didn't even work out for Tonone, did it? He ended up spinning the car around, and it was a disqualification for Angelo Mikel as well, so it pretty much ruined both their races. For Tonone, it meant he didn't get on the podium, and for Mikel, if it wasn't a first place results in the class for him, it could have been a second place because they were so far ahead of Fassbender, so
which meant
putting pay to
that battle in between Mikel and Corti was even more impressive when you consider that Mikel was obviously very close to the incident limit. So I wonder how close Corti was, Alex. It was very, very good stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just watching this replay again. Exactly what happened. I mean, it was just fantastic, actually. There's so many, because obviously there was different leaders coming through, and you know, they're having their own battles, so you can understand in a way what's going on. But yeah, it was just reckless going into that corner. I'm just watching it back from this angle, and you can see, I think Angelo saw what was going to happen there as well. He checked up, he braked to try and avoid it, but unfortunately, because he got the 0x that then had a spin, it turned to a 4x, and that's what gave him the disqualification. So gutted for him. But yeah. Controversy, and I'm glad we can bring it back on replay.
Just back to your point, Andrew, about the incident limit. Leonardo Corti finished the race on 15 incidents. It is a 17 incident limit, so 2 off tracks, but any contact, Corti would have been disqualified as well. So the roughs running fine margins. In fact,
it was very close.
The incident limit order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top 8 in the most incident limit board are all roughs, so you can tell that they're racing hard. Well, next week, the IMSA will be coming to you from the Nürburgring for a 45-minute race there, and that will definitely be something to watch of interest. It's the Blancpain Endurance Series / World Endurance Championship layout, Alex. Does that mean we're racing on the Nordschleife?
No.
Is it just the Grand Prix circuit?
It's the Grand Prix circuit without the tight chicane at the end, so it's a much more open chicane.
Okay.
But yeah, so in essence, I think it actually takes away an overtaking opportunity unless you've got an absolute fantastic run, and but you can pretty much just sort of defend it quite easily on the inside. So, whereas yeah, with just a tiny little dab of brakes really and throw it in. So, but yeah, it's still good. I mean, I think last time we did a series there, we had some great racing. So. Should be interesting.
Well, we can plug the following series that are coming up on Apex Racing TV over the next week. We've got later tonight the BSR MX5 Championship. That's heading to the next racing there. The next race meeting there. I'll be with Dave Christie for that one. That'll be on later tonight. That'll be on about 8 o'clock onwards. Then we have got on Thursday the next race meeting of the BSRTC Winter Series. Me, Alex and Andrew will all be back for that. Then we have got the return of the iRacing Road Pro Series on Saturday. We're heading into the final few races of the season there. Not too many left to find out who's going to get those 10 licenses to be on the World Championship grid. And also on Saturday we've got the starts of the Unified Club and World Series in the BSR Kia Cup Championship. That'll be interesting to watch. Saturday nights for that. Can't remember who's in the comms box. I think I'm in with someone, but we'll be there for that. And then the next Sunday we've got the next race of the IMSA at the Nürburgring. So plenty of great racing on Apex Racing TV to start 2017, Andrew.
Yeah, and what a fantastic way to start it, and I know that's probably made Alex pretty happy as well, that race too.
Yeah, first race of the year. You know, start as you mean to go on. Let's have more of that, please.
Well, that's been a fantastic afternoon's worth of action here at the IMSA Sportscar Series at Imola, and well done to our class winners Alexander Voss, Zach Thomas and Leonardo Corsi. Before we go, just a quick mention, good luck to Graham Carroll, who will be off in Las Vegas with Alex Simpson next week for the Formula E online championship race there. So that'll be something eager to watch then. Hopefully Graham Carroll can bring it home. No bias there. But yeah, thanks for watching here at Imola today. Join us hopefully for the Mazda MX-5s later on. And congratulations to Alexander Voss, Zach Thomas and Leonardo Corsi. Thanks for watching. Have a good afternoon.